Hey guys, welcome to another installment of our Patch Notes preview series where we talk about the next update to come out for League of Legends. This week we have Ginsu and Freak, who is very raspy voiced after losing his team's hockey game last night.
Yes, it was all my fault.
It was all his fault.
Alright, anyway, getting into the meat of this. The first thing we have going on is early game health and regeneration. So what are we hitting and why are we hitting it?
Early game sustainability is something we've actually had our eye on for quite a while. We've just kind of been on some higher priority stuff. Essentially, it just boils down to we feel like there's too much health and health regeneration available to players early in the game, especially as you compare to the amount of damage you can output, which is exceptionally low from levels like 1 to 3 or so. And so the areas we're specifically hitting are we're making Doran's items expensive enough that you can't start with a potion and the Doran's item. So we expect that to have a pretty drastic shift on your starting items, and as well as how the first couple of levels plays out. And as well, we're putting some small nerfs on the Veteran Scars Mastery, Health Quintessences, and the Strength of Singe Mastery.
Okay, so big surprise. Not going to be talking about Pantheon this week. I do want to know about Renekton though. What is happening with him?
Yeah, so we felt that Renekton was a pretty darn successful champion launch, but ultimately there were a few areas that we felt he came up just a little bit short compared to some other similar champions. Number one, his early game ability, especially as related to sustaining and survival, we thought was a little low. So we've got some adjustments to his Call the Meek to make it a little better early on, and his base stats coming. We felt like you typically always wanted to use his Ruthless Predator with the Fury enhancement. So we made the effects on his Slice and Dice and his Call the Meek better with the Fury enhancement, so there's more choice there. And we also want to increase his very late game scaling a little bit too. We felt like he's very solid mid-game, but kind of fell off a little bit toward the end. So we gave him some ratio boosts and a % armor shred instead of a flat amount. We feel like these changes will help Renekton a lot.
We have another systemic change to mana regeneration. The Mastery, the Runes, and base champion regen are all changing. Where's that going and why?
Yeah, we're doing a systemic mana regeneration change. Ultimately, what it came down to is that you simply got too much mana regeneration from Runes and Masteries. And so what this resulted in is a case where there's just too big of a difference between players that don't have it and players that do. So new summoners, like a level 1 player, the mana regeneration pacing just simply wasn't right. On the other hand, if you're a player that continues to take these Runes and Masteries, you're not going to notice much difference. So in general, it's just to sort of close the gap between players that take these Runes and Masteries and players that don't.
Okay, so last week we touched on Rammus, but are we actually nerfing him this week?
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of our patch preview series. Please like up top, subscribe down below, and don't forget to comment.
It's actually subscribe up top and comment and like below.
That's what I said.